Good morning everyone. Today we will start new session explanation of code listening 7.1. The text written after double slash and enclosed within slash asterisk and asterisk slash are comments. As we know, As we know, comments are not compiled or interpreted. Comments means it is, we can say, one kind of information, extra information for the user, that you can write about the statement, you can write something. Which statement is there, what is used for it, and these comments means whatever you have written after double slash or in between the slash asterisk and asterisk slash. In between whatever is written, that is considered as a comment. It will not interpreted or compiled by the computers. Variables are declared using data type followed by variable name. Whenever you want to declare any variable, it should be used with data types. Computation part contains expressions including assignment statements. Here, several subroutines, also called function or method in Java, called statements, are used to display information to the user of the program. Methods used to display results like system.out.print and system.out.println. Both are the functions, or we can say it is method to print something on the screen. Both these methods take a value to be displayed as an arguments. Method system.out.println adds a line feed after the end of the information that it displays, while system.out.print does not. When you use the system.out.println means it will leave one line after printing, and whenever you are using system.out.print means it will not go to the next line. Call duration is displayed using three calls. First call displayed label call duration. Second call displays the value of the variable duration. Third call displays label seconds and then bring the cursor in the next line. Note that string literal is enclosed in double quotes. Whenever you want to print this text or message or any kind of string, it should be enclosed in the double quotes. Okay. Balance is displayed using single call. Notice the use of plus operator. Plus operator is in Java in the parameter passed. If first evaluates the expression gives as parameter and then displayed. When the run program, the Java interpreter calls the main method and the statements that it contains are executed. These statements tell the computer exactly what to do when the program is executed. The main routine can call other subroutines that are defined in the same class or even in other classes. But it is the main routine that determines how and in what order the other subroutines are used. The word public in the first line of main means that this routine can be called from outside the program. This is essential because the main routine is called by the Java interpreter, which is external to the program. The remainder of the first line of the routine is header to explain at the moment. So far now, just think of it as part of the required syntax. When any method or any function is used with the public means it can be used out of the program also. Using site. Let us create one more Java application using site editor. Here our application will compute simple interest and display the result. Figure 7.4 shows the code listening and its output. Perform following steps. First, it is also one kind of editor only, like Notepad. Start, sit, site application, select file and then new. Type the Java program as per code listing given in figure 7.4 and save the source program in a file with name interest.java. Here extension is there. Interest is the file name, then dot and Java. Java is the extension. Whenever you want to save the file in Java, you have to give the extension .java. To save the file, select file and save, then save command. Compile source program using tools and compile command. Directly you can compile the program. Compile means it will check it out whether error is there or not, and if error is not there, then it will convert it in a source code. It is program. If the program is compiled without any error, execute. It is using tool and go. Now, if there is no error in the program, you can use tools option and then click on the go command to run the program. You can see here these are the statements. Okay, here you can see double slash and compute simple interest. Okay, so this will be not interpreted. It will be not compiled or interpret. This will compiler or interpreter will leave it. Here also you can see this. This is also commands only. So it will not interpret it. These are the statements, public, class, interest. Okay, then here. So here you can see it is the output. Now, structure of Java program. Programming language differ from ordinary human languages in being completely unambiguous and very strict about what is and is not allowed in program. The rules that determine what is allowed are called the syntax of the language. Okay, whenever you are using any language like Gujarati, Hindi or English, okay, you have to depend on the grammar. If you are not following the rules of the grammar, where you have to use the verb, subject, object, okay, every time that rules will be changed according to the grammar. Same way, here also you have to use the rules and how you have to form the sentence, that is called syntax. What is called that? Syntax. So you have to follow the syntax and you can form the program. Syntax rules specify the basic vocabulary of the language and how program can be constructed using things like variables, expressions, statements, branches, loops and methods. A synthetically correct program is one that can be successfully compiled or interpreted. A structure of Java program is shown in figure 7.5. Here, text in angle bracket, like written angular bracket and angular bracket, is used as a placeholder that describes something actual we need to type while writing actual program. The definition of the method, or we can say function, in Java consists of function header and the sequence of statement enclosed between branches. Braces means brackets. As Java is an object oriented language, here everything is defined as part of class. Thus, a method can't exist by itself, it has to be part of class. Okay, here you can see public class. Here you have to write the class name, means whatever written in angular bracket, that has to be written by the user or programmer. Here's optional variable, declaration and methods, public, static, void, main. Class name. In the first line is the name of the class having main method in it. If the name of class is call cost, then the program should conventionally be saved in Java source file with a name call cost.java. Whatever you are writing, the main method, okay, whatever main method name will be there, same name you have to apply it when you save the file name. With same name you have to save the file with the extension .java. When this file is compiled, another file named call cost.class is generated. When this file is compiled, okay, so another file will be created, that is called call cost.class. This class file is given a name using class name. Class file class call_cost.class contains the translation of the program into Java bytecode. When program is compiled, it will be converted in the bytecode, which can be executed by a Java interpreter. So after then Java can be interpreted. Variable and method declaration after the before main method is optional. Whenever you want to declare the variable, it is optional. If needed, then you have to declare. If not, not needed. Each program must have one class that contains public method main. Minimum one public method should be there in each program. Java is a free format language. The layout, such as the use of blank lines and indentation of the program in code listening 7.1 is not a part of the syntax or semantic of the language. The computer doesn't care about the program layout. We can write the entire program together on single line as far as it is concerned. However, layout is important to human readers. How you will write the program, whether you are writing in 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, 4 line, that doesn't matter for the computer. But it should be in readable form. It should be in understandable form. Means user or any other can, when they will open, they should be able to understand what is written in the program. A program can contain other methods besides main as well as other variables. We will learn more about this later. Now let us start examining simple Java statements, the basic things we can do in Java within a method definition, such as main. We will learn the following with syntax: data types, variables, literals, comments, Java statement and expressions, arithmetic operators, comparisons, logical operators. We'll start with data types. Data types determines the required memory size, type of values, range of values and type of operations that can be performed. Java supports 8 primitive data types that handle common types for integers, floating point numbers, characters and Boolean values, or we can say that is true or false. The primitive data types are named byte, short, integer, long, float, double, character, booleans. The first 4 types hold integers. Whole numbers such as 17 minus 38, 477 and 0. Next to hold real numbers such as 58 minus 129.35. Character holds a single character from the Unicode character set and Boolean hold one of the 2 logical values, true or false. Okay. First 4 data types are there: byte, short, integer, long. Okay. This will use to store the whole numbers. Then float or double, they will use for the real numbers. Character will use to store at a time one character, and Boolean, it is also store at a time one value, either true or false. These data types are called primitive as they are built into the system. Note that these data types are machine independent, which means that we can rely on their size and characteristics to be consistent across all Java programs on all machines. Table 7.1 lists the details of the data types. Machine independence means according to the machines it will work. Here we can see, okay, byte, how many storage capacity is there? 1 byte. Type of value, it is integer. Range of values, we can say how much values it can be stored. Default value 0. Same way, short 2 bytes, integer, how much integers values it can be stored. Integer 4 bytes, long 8 bytes, float 4 bytes, double 8 bytes, character 2 bytes, boolean 1 byte. Integer numbers with b bit precision store sign value in the range of minus 2 b minus 1 minus 1 to b minus 1 when they are preceded with keywords unsigned. The value are in the range of 0 comma 2 raised to b minus 1. Real numbers in Java are compliant with IEEE 754 and international standard for defining floating point numbers and arithmetic. Java uses the Unicode character set. The char type has 16 bits of precision and is unsigned. This allows thousands of characters from many different languages and different alphabets to be used in Java. Data types Boolean is not a number nor can it be treated as one. Boolean is not number data type and it cannot be treated as a one. Understood? And sign unsigned. Sign means whenever minus values are there. Okay. So for minus sign, it will use one bit. One bit, it will use one character, or we can say one bit, it will use for the sign. Now, variable. If we want anything to be remembered by the computer during program execution, then it needs to be stored in the memory of a computer. Programs manipulate the data that are stored in memory. In machine language, data can only be referred to by giving the numerical address of the location in memory where it is stored. In a high-level language such as Java, names are used instead of numeric address of memory location to refer to data. The programmer has to remember only the name. A name used to refer the data stored in memory is called a variable. Sometimes we need to remember the values. Okay, suppose 3 or 4 values are given, more than 3 4 values are given there, then it is difficult to remember. Okay, like simple example I would like to give. In mathematics, suppose you want to find out the simple interest. Okay, directly we are writing the value? No, we are writing P. P means principal amount, R rate of interest, N okay number of years, like that. So P, R, N, these are the characters we are using in place of the values, numeric values. So according that we can understand what is the principal amount. Every time value will be changed, method will remain as it is. Understood? So here suppose in place of the any numeric value you are using any variable names, that it is called the memory storage, where it will store, with which name it will be stored. So that name, that is called the variable. A variable can take different data values at different times during the execution of the program, but it always refers to the same memory location. A variable can be used in Java program only if it has first been declared. Means you need to declare it, like P, principal amount. You need to declare it which data type is there, which data type is allowed for that variable. One or more variables can be declared in Java using declaration statement with following statement. How you can declare the variable? So here see, type name, which type variables data type, and the name. Here also variable name means which type of data is there, and variable. The conventions used here in the syntax are as follow. Angle brackets denote the item to be specified by the user. Curly brackets denote the list of items separated by commas. Here variable name denote the list of variable names. When the list contain more than one item, items should be separated by the comma. Means at a time you can declare one or more than one variable in one statement or one syntax. So whenever you are using more than one variables, that time you can use the comma as the separator to separate the variables. Type name, it is to be replaced with the keyword denoting the data type of the variables. It is used to determine the size of variable, the values it can hold, and the operations that can be performed on it. When the computer executes a variable declaration statement, it sets aside memory for the variable and associates the variable's name with that memory. When this statement is executed, okay, so that memory will be allocated to that particular variables in the computer hard disks. Okay, that's value memory is there, some location is there, physical location that will be allocated to that variable. So whatever value will be held by that variable, that will be stored in that position. Some examples of variables are as mentioned here. See, integer marks. So here integer, it is data type, and here marks, it is the variable. Double, amount and interest. Double is the type of data types, and amount and interest, here two variables are declared. So amount and interest, that's two as the variable name. Float, here rate is the variable name, float is the data type. Char is the data type, grade is the variable name. Boolean is pass. Okay, so here boolean data type is there, is pass. So here you can write either yes or no, pass, fail. Means at a time one value it can be stored. To define variable name, we need to follow certain rules as mentioned. It must begin with an alphabet, underscore or dollar sign. It must begin with an alphabet, underscore or dollar sign. So here you can use only 3 special characters to give the name of the variable. After first character, it may contain digits, alphabets, dollar and underscore. After first character, it may contain digit, alphabet or underscore. Means after first character, it can contain this type of values. Some legal names are, see, birth underscore date. So here it is considered as a birth date. It is a variable name. Result, call, cost, top 5 students, date, amount, dollar price. Okay, you can use dollar also, first character. Here last character. Some illegal names are for, me. Okay, so 4 is there. You cannot use number as a first character. Okay, then here percentage sign, birth date, you cannot use space. So these are the invalid, we can say, or illegal names which is not accepted by the Java. No space are allowed in variables. Thus, birth date is invalid variable name. It cannot be reversed word. Reverse word it cannot be reserved word. Reserved words have special use in Java and cannot be used by the programmer for other purpose. Examples, some of reserved words are class. Okay, so class, it is already in syntax, it is provided. It is already reserved word. Okay, in syntax already Java as class word is used, so that you cannot use as a variable name. Public, that cannot be used. Static, if, else and while, or you can use this float, character, boolean. These are the name of the data types, so that is also you cannot use. Guidelines for naming variables. Okay, some guidelines are there how you can use the variables name. Choose meaningful variable names. Java allows variable name of any length. Okay, there is no restriction that how many character, how many length will use to apply the variable name. Suppose you are using the declaring the variable for that simple interest. Okay, so SI you can use, means simple interest. P you can use for principal amount, or you can write principal amount also. Rate of interest, rate also you can use, and number of years. Okay, like suppose students marks. Okay, then marks, subject name, like that you can use. Means it should be meaningful, that user will able to understand which type of values will be held by that character. When a name includes several words, such a balance amount follow one of the conventions mentioned below. Capitalize the first alphabet for each word except for the first word. This is sometimes referred to as camel case. Since the uppercase letters in the middle of name are supposed to look like the humps on a camel's back. Example, balance amount. Here, okay, sometimes you can use as a in between a with this, means if you don't want to use the underscore, okay, then balance amount. So here you can use capital A in between. Birth date, okay, you don't want to use the special character here, then you can do like this way. Separate words with underscore, example balance, amount, birth, date, okay. Instead of that you can use the separator, or you can use this special character that is called underscore. Note that Java is case sensitive. Case sensitive means once you declare the balance amount like this way, okay, then throughout the program you have to use same way, balance underscore amount. You cannot use B capital, A capital. That is called case sensitive. Means suppose you have written in the small letters, then it is better use small letters, capital letters, then capital letters. So uppercase and lowercase letters are considered to be different. Thus variables names balance and balance are the different. Here see B small letters, B capital letters. Okay, so these both variables will be different. It is customary for names of classes to begin with uppercase letters, while names of variables and of methods begin with lowercase letters. Good programming style for declaring variables. Okay, some tricks are there, or good programming styles we can say. Declare only one variable in a declaration statement. Okay, at a time you can declare one variable. That is a good programming effect styles you can say. Include a comment with each variable declaration to explain its purpose in the program. Whenever you are declaring the variable, okay, use the comments to explain to purpose of that statements of that variable. Declare important variables at the beginning of the function. Declare variables which are not important to the overall logic of the function at the point where they are first used. Sometimes some temporary variables we need, so that you can use when it is declared, whenever it will be used, and some importance variables are there that only you need to declare in the beginning of the program. In Java, there are three kinds of variables: instant variable, class variable, and local variables. In Java, there are three types of variables available. First one is instance, class, and local variables. Functions, parameters, and variables declared in the functions are considered as a local variables. Function parameters and variables declared in the functions, that is called local variables. We will study about instance and class variable later. We can also give each variable an initial value while declaring for the example. Means sometimes, okay, you can give the value when you initialize the variable. When you declare the variable, okay, integer marks obtained, okay, this variable is the marks obtained, and total marks 100, okay. So means sometimes that value will not change throughout the program. That type of variables are there that you can declare, and you can assign the value also at a time of the declaration. Like here it is given total marks is equal to 100, means total marks will not change, okay, it will remain 100. Obtained marks will change. Counter is 0. Boolean is pass is equals to true. So here true is the variable. Pass. In general, syntax of declaration variables is as follows. Type name variable bracket is equal to value bracket over brace over. Here items in square bracket denotes optional item. Whatever you can able to see in the square bracket, that is optional. Note that local variables are not initialized with default values. It is programmer's responsibility to assign value to such variables before their first use. Figure 7.6 shows the use of variables in the Java program. Here you can see public static void main. Here float rate, double amount dollar is equal to value. This value is initialized. Here value is not declared. Okay. Observe that the local variables rate, here it is local variable, is not assigned any value before it is used in statement. Amount dollar is equal to rate into amount dollar. when we try to compile the program, compiler will an error as we can see in figure 0.7. Here you can see able to error. See, Java 8 variable rate might not have been initialized. Okay, means here value is not there. Without value it is not possible to calculate. Okay, that's why it is showing the error. So here we will stop our session. Next session we will see next time. Thank you, students.